Definitely more than just your average tarp. This is a 4-yard by 58-inch piece of side nylon, silicone impregnated nylon.
Ripstop too, right?
Ripstop, yes. Yep, Ripstop. Ripstopbytherule.com. This is actually just a raw piece, no frills. You actually see that it's actually already starting to fray on the edges because all I do is take it out, use the hell out of it, and then I jam it back in the stuff sack with not a care in the world. But this...
And it's paper thin. Actually, I think it's thinner than paper.
It's probably thinner. It doesn't weigh anything, and I mean, this is... For you to bring a blue tarp, which, I don't know what, we're talking maybe a couple pounds for a 10 by 10, 8 by 8 blue tarp. This is insanely useful. It's insanely waterproof. It's insanely strong. Like he said, it's probably thinner than paper. I mean, you can...
Yeah, you can see light. You can see.
This stuff is crazy. I've used this for everything under the sun. I have built... I've been on the trail, and I have been walking in torrential downpours where I've just pulled off the trail and just quickly grabbed some bungee cords around a tree, just made a really quick lean-to, and just posted up under it. I have used this as, actually what I use for a lot is when we get to a location, whether we go to a bivouac area, a primitive campsite area with a lean-to, I'll take this out and just throw it on the ground and just use it to explode your bag on, just so you can keep track of your gear.
Surface.
It's useful for that. I have used this as a footprint, again, insanely waterproof. I've used this for a footprint for a dozen of different tent configurations, all from my single-person ultralight tent right up to my 6-person tent. I've actually used this under, just big enough. And my 2-person tent, which is now become my workhorse, that pretty much goes everywhere with me now. This is a perfect footprint for it. I've actually used it last fall. I went on a solo canoe trip for a weekend. Again, Long Lake, High Peaks region. It was a fall day, super cold in the morning. I don't care. No matter what you do, you're going to get wet when you're canoeing. So I actually draped this over my body, and I kind of cocooned myself in. And this was literally, there was pools of water on top of me, but I was warm and dry. And so just having some, I mean, obviously, look, it takes up no room, doesn't weigh anything. Not too expensive. I think I only paid like 40 bucks. I think this is only $6 or $7 a yard. And I'm actually in emailing with them now to actually have some custom canopies made. Again, looking kind of towards maybe when the weather gets a little bit more choice, ditching the tent for a couple outings and giving you guys some reviews on some simple canopy structures and lean-tos on the go. But either way, whatever you bring, if it's a blue tarp, some kind of tarp that's waterproof and packable, invaluable, gotta have it.
Absolutely.
Is that it? Are we through it?
Yeah.
Fire steel, paracord, knife, axe, bow saw, water purification, water boiling, stove, headlamps. I think that's it. Yeah. So I mean, that was just, we were just kind of looking to do just a quick crash course of pretty much just introduce you guys to the general premise of the show, which again, I think we can agree that it's we both like bringing a lot of gear and playing with our toys, but I think hopefully
fast and light.
You guys will want to journey along with us and see what tools that we can bring. And if you guys have suggestions of any things, like I mentioned, I've never found a packable bow saw up until now. If one of you guys out there knows of one, we will never not be looking for stuff to check out. So
I mean, I know of a couple other brands out there. The Sven saw, But
that's right.
I don't think nobody comes into any kind of close proximity to what these guys have done with the Boreal 21. Mine's on the way as well. So yeah, you'll see a yellow-handled version and a green-handled version when we're out on our dual missions. But yeah, so definitely liking that whole thing.
A lot of wood quick.
Yes,
that's the name of the game. So yeah, we've been definitely steady working on. I've got a couple of quick review videos that will be dropping pretty close after this, but we figured this was the right order to do things. He'll be dropping, like I said, he'll be doing a lot of stuff with the fishing end of it, different gear setups, different gear in general, spot checks of you know, all the. I mean, we're talking upstate New York's great for that in all seasons,
absolutely.
no matter what. I mean, there's water everywhere.
Yep.
He'll be a lot of that stuff. Like I said, he'll be doing a lot of basic stuff with knot tying, probably even some ice climbing, probably even some rock climbing stuff.
We can definitely do that. I mean, we can also custom tailor it to, you know, whatever you guys want to throw into the comments. If you have suggestions of things you want to see, you know, if you want to see me stumble around in a river, or if you want to see me stumble around on the side of a cliff, that's fine. And, you know, I'll be happy to bring him along too, and we can, you know, abuse each other in that manner. But yeah, I want to definitely showcase the beauty of our local areas, and, you know, just show you guys the journey and everything that it takes to put together a little trip into the backcountry. Because I think Andy kind of agrees with me on this. We like to get out there and, you know, do the whole camping and the whole, you know, backpacking thing, but if you tie it in with other activities as well, it kind of makes it a little more fulfilling. You know, once again, you know, you have all these backcountry skills, and then you use them to take your other activity farther into the wilderness that most people just don't get a chance to do.
Sure. And again, it's got to be the right balance of hard work to enjoyment.
Yes.
I think if you just, like we could or could not be guilty of at one time or another, bringing out so many luxurious things and just a gear, you know, there's a piece of equipment to do everything for you, basically. So I think if you rely too much on that stuff, you're kind of missing the point. And if you go out there with you know, an axe and a bottle of water, I think you're kind of missing the point too. So you'll be journeying right along with us as we try to hit that medium. And yeah, definitely, like you said, I mean, I don't know if it's known or not known, but upstate New York in all seasons has something to do for everyone in every facet. Really everything. It's a great area, and I'm very excited to be out there, like you said, showcasing the area with all of this gear and then some in our fine state.
Yeah, absolutely.
Taxes suck, but the outdoors are great.
Yeah, but Adirondack Park is, you know, amazing.
You can't miss it. 6 million acres, you can't miss it. Just
miss
drive
it.
north. You'll hit it at some point.
You'll hit it at some point.
So yeah, I think that, dare I say, does it for our inaugural,
something like that.
Our first video. I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah.
We'll try to be as steady as we can. Life takes hold. You know, there might be a week or two where nothing happens. There might be a week where 3 get posted. But we're both going to definitely be out there, and we'll both definitely... and really, any of you guys that want to follow and comment, please do, because it would actually make everything almost more fruitful if they kind of drove where we went.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we both have different sets of skills, different opinions. We're good with different types of gear, so pretty much any question that you have, either one of us are probably going to be able to steer you in our right direction. But I think that about does it. Bear Trout Backcountry, episode number 1, January 17, and we'll be seeing you guys around the bend.